add me to the call.
Here you go. Bro, gang, that's insane work.
Through exactly everything. Let's go from the beginning. I want to know because obviously, you know, tomorrow his results come out and yeah. So I want to know like from the jump exactly, if you don't mind telling the story for everyone that doesn't know. Go ahead.
At that time, as opposed
The exact date yet. I have to go to Piedmont Urgent Care and get that exact date so I can have that exact receipt for you. Right?
Yeah.
The last time me and him had vaginal sex was November of 2023. So he does not have HSV.
You said vaginal sex. Did you guys later on have oral sex?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you guys have oral sex?
June.
Okay. A few months ago.
Only oral.
Okay.
Only oral.
Hey man, so again, there's gonna be a lot of sex education that's kind of have to be given to like the mass audience who just don't know. There's a lot of taboo stuff. So you said you contracted it from your knowledge in February.
June.
How could you prove, or how would you be able to prove when you contracted it? Because from my understanding of that virus is that
how you know, Ariane?
They have it for a unlimited amount of time, but might only know once they have an outbreak. So how did you know that you contracted at that time, as opposed to maybe you had it all along and the symptoms presented itself at that time that you then went to the urgent care and got tested?
Okay. So with collaborating with Gucci was the first person I've ever seen an active lesion on, or a lesion ever in my life, with a sexual partner that I've engaged with. A friend of mine, whenever I was in high school, contracted HSV, and I saw her lesions, but it looked nothing like his. It was brand new. It was not a healed sore or nothing. He was the first person I've ever had sex with that I saw something like that with. Not only that, a few days, my first time that I ever experienced any kind of irritant was 5 days after I first had sex with Gucci. On February 15th, I thought that I split open my vagina because whenever we were having sex, I couldn't finish because it hurt so bad. I literally thought that I split it open. It started bleeding and everything. I was so dry whenever everything happened. It literally was so confusing to me. And by then, I had already asked him what it was on his penis. No, I did not ask him the first time we had sex what it was on him. But it was his job as a person who knows, and I don't care what you say, Gucci, like, respectfully, you know that you lie. You have went over, ran yourself in circles on the stream all night.
Could we go through that portion? Because he said you were aware of the open sore or cut or lesion. He said he had told you that, and you had said, I watched some of your videos, you said that he had told you that he nicked himself while shaving his shaft, and he came on the stream to say, after that, because y'all filmed 5 scenes, and you could confirm and deny any of these things I'm saying, but I'm just stating what he said. He said maybe while you were giving him fellatio, your teeth worsened the open cut that made it appear like that on the last video. What's your response to all that, man?
My response is that he did not say anything about his lesion or his sore whenever we first engaged in sexual contact.
At all?
It wasn't at all. It wasn't until February 14th.
Did you notice
laying in bed.
Did you notice it?
Huh?
Did you notice?
I did. Yes, I did see it. My thought process whenever I was coming into it was this was my first professional collab. The collaborations that I had prior were all romantic partners that I was comfortable enough to have sex with on camera. He was the first person that I ever had sex with that I did not know prior. And not only that, he was somebody that I was watching online and that I was fantasizing over for the longest. So whenever I got there, I assumed that it was a safe space.
What did you think it was? You know, because you know you did see it. So what did you think that it was?
I honestly, whenever I was going into it, I really didn't think much of it. It wasn't. So what's crazy is the reason what made me ask is because I don't know if I can show the videos anymore, right? But it changed. What it was the first day that I met him turned into 3 different things, you know? I didn't know what it was, what that was on his dick. At first, it was just one little circle, and you can see in the pictures that I posted in that black outfit, you could see that the lesion looked like one little scab. If you scroll over with me in the pink dress, that was the day, February 14th, the day that I asked. You can see that the lesion turned into 3 separate placements. I have to.
Just asking for clarification. So, when I was listening to him, and maybe I don't know if Aiden got a different, conception of what he was saying. So
She nasty too.
He said y'all filmed several times. I
what
thought
did
it
you
was the
sell?
same day. You're
Doing
saying this was
something
over
for
several
see that.
days.
Yes,
How many days?
I filmed with Gucci. The first day we filmed 3 sets. 3 sets. So it was the one that went mega viral with the tan and blue outfit. And then we filmed the black set with the black and the fishnets. And then we filmed another set in the same B&B with red. We filmed 3 sets that day. That day he invited me to fly out to Houston and spend the week with him. And I agreed.
Okay.
I packed up my bags. I packed up my Airbnb. And I literally flew out there. And there we filmed 2 sets. 3, actually. One was one in the red set. Another one was while I had a pink dress on, and the other one was a threesome while we were drunk.
And it was in Houston that you said, "Hey, your penis looked like this the first night, but now you're noticing some difference." That's what you're saying, right?
That's not exactly what I said, no.
Okay,
That's not how it went. I literally, whenever I was laying there, I noticed, because over time, I noticed that he was, like, messing with himself, right? I noticed that he would, like, put his hand down there. Now I know he was itching it.
So he was itching it. You saw him itch it. You saw him start to itch it.
I saw him put his hand down there and fix himself, and now I know that that's a discreet way to scratch your herpes sore. So I asked him, I was like, hey, what is that on your dick? I didn't say, oh, it changed over time. No. I just said, what is that on your dick? He said, oh, I cut myself while shaving. I said, oh, that's crazy. But Aiden, I completely believe you whenever you say that you get hair on your dick. I have an ex that had hair on his dick. So whenever I heard that, I was like, no, I've met a man that had hair on his dick before. And I know it's very rare because I've had sexual partners, numerous sexual partners in the past. There's only one man that I came in contact with that had that, but it's still possible. And you guys can get a doctor to come on here and talk about it. It's
that's
real.
why, that's why you were kind of like not really like freaking out, because you thought, oh wow, maybe that's just what it was. I understand.
He's one of the biggest porn stars in the game.
So you're like, you're thinking like, oh, there's no way, because he's one of the biggest porn stars in the game. There's no way he could have that. Got it.
I'm 19 years old. This is my first collaboration. I didn't even know that I was supposed to go to talent testing or clear. Bianca Blue, actually, the person that you brought up here, I actually had a conversation with her a little bit afterwards. I would have to check what date it was, but I already told her that he had herpes. She was there the night before I linked up with him. If we compare dates, she was there the night before. If not, she was there 2 nights before. But she was in that range.
Wait.
She was there, and
do you believe he had sex with her during that time?
he had sex with her while he had that outbreak, but she didn't see it. She told me herself she didn't see it. Okay. Even whenever we spoke about it, and I showed her the videos, she actually saw more videos than the rest of the world saw. She was like, "Oh my gosh. What the fuck?" She even confirmed to me, yeah, that looks like herpes. That's why she's not going to sit up here and say, I don't think he has herpes. She's not going to say that. She's not going to corroborate his story because she knows what I told her back whenever I was still devastated about what happened to me.
Do you think she got paid off, or do you think she's just keeping her mouth shut for a specific reason? Why would she say otherwise?
I have no idea. I don't know this girl from really a can of paint. This was just somebody that I wanted to let aware because she was a collaboration of his. After I caught HSV, I actually reached out to numerous porn stars. I met some porn stars in person, like on a whim, randomly, and I told them my story.
Crazy word.
This story was not necessarily a secret amongst the porn community, especially if I came across you and I came in contact with you. I did tell. I told as many people as I could. It just didn't get far enough.
Got it.
Hey, I have a theory, and I'm gonna parlay into a question. So, if what you're saying is right, and even about this Bianca Blue girl who was just on here, and she might have been exposed to it. Who knows if she did contract the virus, or who knows if she had the virus already, because we all know how the virus presents itself. I think the question here also becomes, because I have a theory that there is, and that's why I asked him, I said, how many people you think are in this industry, especially of OnlyFans, that you think might have the virus, that might just be selected to say, hey, okay, you know, Danae wants to shoot with me. I'm having an outbreak. I'm gonna just tell her next week when I'm good, or 2 weeks, whatever the time it is. I feel like, you know, you're the most vocal person that's out in it, and here's the question: why did you out it? And do you think that there are people that are being silent?
Why would she still do something if she sees something now?
On you right now, while
that don't make no sense. That's crazy word.
I'm gonna keep it low because I'm still gonna be able to work. Now, when people think of you, they instantly think of that.
So basically, it was built up over time. Whenever I first contracted the virus, I really did want to speak out, but because of the people around me, the people I was messing with and everything like that, they didn't want, like what's going on right now.
That don't make no sense.
The world to think they had herpes too, because I had herpes. So I was really saving other people's asses that I was around. And also, I was also way too afraid to just come out because OnlyFans is my main source of income. I am the breadwinner in my family. Even at 19, 20 years old, I was still the breadwinner in my family. My mom was being assisted and everything like that. I didn't just feel comfortable going out and saying, oh yeah, I had herpes. Victims of sexual assault, victims of things like this don't just come out blatantly immediately. Even then, even whenever I wanted to, didn't mean that I was going to go and do it. So it was just something in my heart that I knew that I wanted to do.
So you speaking up now, what's changed, right? Obviously, the whole world is. You're not. By the way, I want to let you know it's very. I'm gonna let you speak on you know what you want to speak on. Actually, no. Matter of fact, I'll hold my thought. You tell me what you're just about to say. Go ahead.
Okay. So about a month ago, the only other man that I publicly had unprotected sex with after I caught herpes. Touch Money.
Bro, academics is troll. I seen that.
He called me and he was like, I need to let you know something that's been weighing on me. There's another girl saying that Gucci gave her herpes, but she's not going to come out and say it. It's this white girl, and I don't necessarily want to say her name. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. That is her story and what she wants to tell. But there were rumors that he already gave somebody else herpes, right? And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I was right, because whenever I first thought, I was like, what if he's doing it to a ton of people? And then after that, he had a collaboration that I noticed, and she's some porn star's baby mother or something like that. And I noticed that she quit OnlyFans after working with him. That's another thing.
Scott Bree ain't gonna quit.
And then he posted a collaboration with a girl that I was mutually associated with online. She was another girl that I was afraid possibly got exposed to HSV2. And at that time, it was to the point where it was like, I felt like if I found out another girl caught it after me, it would destroy me. And if I'm being honest, it has happened. And there are people that they know that it was him. But as far as their careers, they're not willing to jeopardize their reputation. They're not willing to change their career right now. They don't want the hate that's going on, because I'm sure everybody is watching what's going on, how people are talking about me and my situation. These girls don't want to be publicly humiliated. There are other women that are too afraid to speak up. And eventually, after this live stream, I have a really good feeling that they might come out and say what they need to say. But that's basically why I came out here.
Real quick, how many girls would you say that have associated themselves with Gucci that you think may have it?
That I think, or that I know so far?
That you know so far.
Both.
Well, allegedly no, whatever, because I don't necessarily know if these girls are completely telling the truth, but I do believe them. Right now, I have 3 people confirmed that are telling me that they got it from him. And tested positive after they collabed with him, all of which are
somebody said 2024
charges.
stay as full of exposure.
But
Man,
I want to say something, and I want to show something real quick.
She did so
just
cool
because
to this,
he
man.
did try to just say that weird stuff about, oh yeah, she probably gave it to me. So I'm gonna go on my Quest Diagnostics. Mind you, I did not know about talent testing or clear whenever this happened. So I'm gonna log in because this man, for some reason, didn't want to show himself logging in.
My niggas.
Little reminder, if you go on Twitter, you'll see that he was known whenever his name was Mandingo Gucci for faking his test results. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. But if you do your research on him, but
this nigga known for faking test results, man.
Nah. But I will show you that March 1st, 2024, I was still negative for HSV2 and HSV1.
And then what was the date that you tested positive for it?
I can't tell you yet. As soon as I call, because I will call the place. I did not get an actual. Okay. I didn't get on here. I got a phone call that I tested positive for it.
Okay.
This crazy.
Hold on, give me a second. It's literally loading.
Sure.
I don't
know. Mandingo used to fake
crazy.
Results game.
But
someone said, can you ask about the Melt situation? Did you? Because I know who Melt is. Is that somebody that you had sex with, not knowing that you had HSV2, or what happened with that?
Well, respectfully, I really didn't want to talk about that man because he is clout chasing. He's actually started to burn a lot of bridges with people in the industry for some reason.
Okay.
I'm not really sure why.
So I wanted to, you and
hold on. She got it right here. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna scroll to 3-1.
Melt got it.
3-1.
Before we see it. Yep.
View.
Okay.
Melt.
Wait a second. So I want you to see hepatitis B. So we're gonna go to HSV1 and 2. I was still negative.
Got it.
For both.
Got it.
3/1/2024. Gucci, if you get that positive result tomorrow, you did not get it from me, boo. Respectfully.
But how much do you trust that he's going to his private physician rather than one of these industry standard? He said he's going to a private physician, so he's gonna have to share his results rather than something that could be verified, or something that's more industry standard. What's your thoughts about that?
My thoughts is he's been literally documented as a liar. Like, there are numerous accounts saying that he's lied to people's faces. So I don't trust him in the slightest bit. Not a word that this man says anymore I will ever believe unless I, one, have proof from not only him, but a third party that has nothing to do with his personal life. Nothing. That is the only time I will believe that anything that comes out of his mouth. I know that I it from
Danae, are you going to continue to be doing OnlyFans and content like that, to that matter? Are you going to continue to do so even though you tested positive for HSV2? I just want to know, what does the future look like for you?
So as far as collaborations, I've stopped for months. The last collaboration that I had was with Touch Money V a couple months ago. I think it was about 3 months ago. I have not done an actual sexual collaboration in a couple months. I do not plan on continuing collabs. I do plan on keeping my OnlyFans up, and I may drop content if I choose to, but that is now something that I do want to leave behind because it has caused some trauma in my life. And I also...
Can I ask you about that last collab? You said the last collab with Touch Money V. That was after you reportedly contracted the virus. Were you upfront with him and saying, "Hey, listen, I got this," or did you not know yet? And he was okay with it.
I was completely aware that I had HSV, and not only that, I was telling people. By the time that I came in contact with
this nigga nasty,
he was already mutual friends with people who were talking about it in front of him that I caught HSV2 from Gucci. So he hit me up in my DM, texted me, telling me that he wanted to collab with me, and he was like, "But I have a couple questions." I didn't even tell him about my HSV2 diagnosis. He asked me, "Hey, I heard this. Is this true?" And I told him yes.
That nigga nasty.
And then afterwards, he still decided he wanted to still collaborate. He was completely aware. I even told him to make himself completely comfortable because he was in his head at the time. He even called his doctor himself, and his doctor told him that if she doesn't have an outbreak or is about to get an outbreak, the chances of you catching HSV2 is low. It's actually down to 10%. Even if if it's a viral shedding episode, it is still low at 10%.
Got you. Well, sorry, I just have one question here. What is the situation regarding the Matt situation? Who's Matt, and what's the situation regarding Matt?
Who's Matt?
So much plug types. Something about he ate your ass.
Oh, you're talking about Melt. Okay.
Oh.
Literally, he
Melt
literally
eating
ate my
ass?
ass in January or February before I collabed with Gucci. I never had sex with Melt again. I never even seen Melt again after I freaking collabed with Gucci. He is completely in the clear of HSV. He's literally just talking about how I got karma for telling people that he ate my ass. I have the girl that you guys were also addressing earlier about her being a content creator, or he said that it was a collaboration. She's calling me right now. Can I answer?
Yes, you can.
Bro, this nigga Melt is nasty.
Okay, so
What the
basically, I'm on
fuck?
stream right now. Do you want to defend yourself, or do you want to say anything? They can hear you. Just a warning.
They don't know who I am, though, right?
No, I'm not gonna. They only know your abbreviation, AAY.
Okay, so I mean, I was with him like last year, and I guess he got mad at me about something, so he just now decided to release the video. And he told me, "I'm gonna send you the video. If you don't want to release, I'm not gonna release it." So a few months later is when he decided to release the
That
video,
nigga
and it
Melt
went viral.
nasty.
I cried and cried and cried. Don't release the video. Take it down. He published it. I guess he sold it to some type of porn site, and it went viral from there. And I begged him for months to take the video down. Oh, you got to talk to my management team. You got to talk to da-da-da. He kept dubbing me and pushing me off for months. So long story short, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna get my lawyer involved. So he was just like, oh, I don't have time to deal with that. I'll take it down. He never took the video down until the other day. So then I told him, like, bro, I am pregnant. I can't be dealing with none of this shit that you're talking about. Like, block my number. So I go to the doctor every 2 weeks because I'm pregnant, and they've taken my blood, they've taken all my urine samples, they did anal swabs, they did vaginal swabs. Nothing came back, but it's just, why are you ignoring me?
Wow.
Yeah, they heard everything.
Hey, Danae, you said something on Twitter, so I want to ask how you rationalize it, right? Because Gucci says she might
Pregnant
be a victim,
is
she's not my
insane.
victim. That's his statement. What you did say is that you are a victim, but you also said that you said it was your fault, and I think some people might be having a hard time rationalizing what that means. If you're a victim, how could it be your fault, right? So how do you look at the entire situation, in the aftermath?
So I live my life trying to hold myself accountable in every situation that I'm in, whether or not I am the main problem or I'm the smallest problem. So I was always taught that, especially whenever I was young. I grew up around dysfunctional people. So you learn how to break generational curses as you get older.
That's crazy word.
And so I can completely understand that I should have known as an OF creator and a quote unquote baby porn star what a herpes sore or a dried up herpes sore looks like, not to collaborate with somebody unless you get their full panel results. I completely understand that. But not only were me and Gucci collaborating, he also was speaking to me in a romantic manner and he was making romantic gestures. So
did you get his name tatted? I seen a video like.
I did. It's covered now.
Wait, were you guys that much involved that you got his name tatted though? Because how old are you? How old are you?
I was
19.
19 at the time. I'm 20 now.
Okay.
I turned 20 in March.
So if you tatted his
that I had
name,
herpes.
if you tatted his name, you like this guy, right?
Yeah, we were like.
Y'all were in
at
a
first,
poly or something.
he was
That's what I
a
see.
Very sweet guy. I got his name tatted 4 days.
Talking about some y'all was in the
and I
poly
know
or something.
Everybody's like, "Whoa,
Wow.
what the fuck?"
Was the dick that good? Like I know. Obviously, it's sour grapes at this point, but still.
It was just big.
Bro,
I'm
Ak,
not.
hold on, Ak, you're a grown ass man asking if another dick is good.
No, because no, I gotta ask her why would she get his name. That's what I
A
see.
very sweet guy. I got his name tatted 4 days into knowing him, and I know everybody's like, "Whoa,
Wow.
what the fuck?"
What's the dick
Bro,
name? Like,
bro, these
I know,
niggas funny as
obviously
hell.
it's, you know, sour grapes at this point, but still.
It was just big.
Bro,
I'm
Ak,
not-
hold on, Ak, you're a grown ass man asking if another dick is good.
No, because no, I gotta ask her why would she get his name tatted 4 days into
Bro,
meeting him.
she
Because she liked them.
bullshit.
They liked each other a lot.
It wasn't even just that.
Aiden, that's
it
not
was
normal.
also
That's not
content.
normal. That's not normal.
Oh, bro, Aiden saying that
It's
is
not normal,
crazy.
but I am not in a normal predicament. It was also content. He was telling me that he was going to be my content partner. He was telling me that we were going to keep consistently making content. This meeting was not, oh yeah, let's just collab and then part ways. No, the reason why I was in Houston, the reason why I was spending time
bro.
in Houston was because he was going to become one of my romantic, like he was going to be my romantic partner. This
Got
was
it.
not just a collaboration.
Got
And
it.
so I got it even right here. The placement is kind of fucking ironic because while we're doing content, they're gonna see, oh yeah, this is his
Hey,
bro.
Oh, I get
yes.
it. Ak, basically, while she's sucking dick,
Bro,
it's gonna be like
bro,
right
hold
here.
on.
Why is he
hold on.
doing
All
that?
right, hold on.
What?
Wait, so again, I'm gonna ask a few devil advocate
Oh
questions.
my
just
god,
because,
this
you know,
nigga just
situations
threw
like
me
this
off
will have people
again.
thinking like this,
Like,
right?
why he asked
So,
that and then do
someone
that?
might say, well,
How you gonna ask that question and then
maybe
do
you
that?
and him fell out, and now you're just blaming anything you've contracted on him. Did you cover the tattoo?
What that is?
After
Psych?
you found out, or did you guys fall out before? Because you clearly covered it.
Act might be a little weirder than Aiden. Holy.
And you're just bringing your story to light now.
These niggas
what
funny.
happened? So you went there. I guess he sold you a dream. You guys having sex. You know he's and I've heard this theory also said, right. They were like, hey, she's
Aiden is
19
wild.
and probably ignored safeguards because of, you know, the collab potential and what it could do for her career. Do you think that's true or no?
I know that's not true.
Okay.
I know that in the moment I just wasn't thinking, and also I would have expected somebody with herpes, especially in this field, to disclose their herpes diagnosis. And on top of that, with people thinking that I just said it was because I was mad, me and him stopped talking right before I found out that I had herpes. My gut was telling me to get away from this man, not only because of my health situation, but it was also this man did not make me feel safe.
What does that mean?
So
If you could explain, sorry.
So it has been documented that this man has a tendency to be aggressive. Whenever I
Wait, well, sorry, has he hit you or pushed you or shoved you or anything like that?
he has not hit me, but he did grab my hair and scream in my face that I don't know who I'm messing with. I can even have my friend vouch for me. I had to call my friend in the middle of the debate, or not the debate, the altercation, even though I was frozen. He was screaming at me. He was drunk. He was mad. Stuff happened that night that I don't necessarily want to get into because I would be bringing another person that does not need to be named in the situation. But my friend heard him threatening my life.
And I have a question for you. Sorry,
Bro.
Danae, someone asked me to ask you about. There's a threesome that you
What
guys
be
had.
wrong with these niggas?
Who is the other person involved in that threesome?
Respectfully, I don't want to talk about it because the girl no longer does content and the girl does not need to be addressed. I mean, me and her did have an altercation, and that's all I'm gonna leave it at is that tensions were high that night.
Got you.
You
Okay.
beat her ass.
But
I watched you on the 20v1. They say you were known, which, you know, again, I'm playing devil's advocate here. They say you're known to beat up bitches. They said that's what they said about you. And matter of fact, you kind of, I want to shout out the YouTuber Sean something.
You beat her ass.
I don't know if that was an old or new thing, but they said you were known to be aggressive yourself. So, you know, you look nice and sweet here, but like maybe you're aggressive as well.
I can definitely say that I have developed a name for myself for being able to fight, yes, but I only really get in altercations, physical altercations, whenever I feel like I am unsafe.
She did
Whenever
fight in one
somebody
of the Shay
threatens
videos.
me, I could take it there, but I'd rather not. I'd rather talk it out. But if things get physical, just know that it is not just, oh, I'm trying to be an aggressor, I'm being the aggressor. No. I'm pretty sure if everything didn't happen and things went well with the Gucci situation, his roommates could even vouch that.
Bro, look at this shit, cuz. Bro, what the fuck, bro? Hold on. Oh my god, this shit is insane work. Yeah, this is insane. Hold on, bro. Y'all gotta read these comments.
Anything that happened that night was because everything got out of hand, as far as the other two in the threesome, and I was in the middle.
Jealousy? Or
and
no?
just went off. I just don't want. I don't really want to talk about this situation.
It's okay. Could you just give us like a broad timeline, because things seem to be unraveling really quickly. So you meet the guy, do a scene, he convinces you to come to Houston. You go to Houston with him.
2004 Eater is crazy.
Do a
she was
couple
born
more
in,
scenes.
she was born in
4 days
2000.
later,
Her
you get his
birthday was
name
oh yeah.
tatted. When do you guys?
No,
stop
her
dealing with
birthday
each
next year. She was 2005.
Yeah, like the absolute day, the last time that you guys actually.
Yeah, because it seems like you guys may have not been messing around for more than like 30 days. It felt like this was like maybe a 2-week thing, right? Am I tripping?
So that's not the case. No, it was about a month.
Okay.
What's it called? So basically, we officially stopped talking.
No, I'm not.
March 22nd, the day before my birthday.
She said she turned. She said she turned 20 in May.
Really uneasy about this man.
She turned 20 in May. She 20? Oh, born in March.
I like to say that I'm very spiritual, so if
2004
something puts me off and turns me off, I'm kind of
No, she
off.
didn't.
So me and him were kind of like going back and forth,
She
not
just
really
said it?
talking up until that day and everything like
wanted
that.
lot,
And then
These niggas
my
funny
last
as
message
hell.
to him before I texted him basically after I found out, was never contact me again.
Okay.
On March 22nd.
And then hold on, what did you put under the?
Then she gave him head in June. See, something don't add up, gang. She said, "Don't contact me again in March."
You'll never. Sorry, you said.
And everything like that. And then my last message to him before I texted him basically after I found out, was never contact me again.
Okay.
On March 22nd.
She gave him head in June. It don't add up.
What did you put under the net? You'll never. Sorry, under that you put something. Would you put?
Yeah, fish grease for sure.
I don't know if I'm supposed to read that. Well, I said, you will reap what you sow. You know what you did, and one day God will handle you. You knew I wouldn't find out till later. I wonder how many others there were. You're sick and don't deserve your name, because his name means God is worthy to be praised. Aluatosin. So
hold on. Gucci3rdLeg means what? Hold on. What?
That's what he told me the definition of his name is.
Gucci3rdLeg.
Another Nigerian man that told me that that's not what it meant, but it does still have relation to God. But basically,
but this nigga academics a troll.
Oh, my collab. The only other man I had sex with Raw too is calling me. Can I answer? Yes. Not the only other man. Well, collab that I had sex with Raw. Ivy, can you turn off the live stream in the background, please?
Hey, you still on? Wait, hello?
Yeah, I'm still on stream. You're actually they're all listening to you right now. You want to say something?
Wait, because people call and telling me that you saying something about me on stream, like worry.
I'm saying that you don't have herpes. I'm clearing your name, love.
Somebody said something about a white girl. What is that?
Okay, so you remember whenever we were on FaceTime that day and you told me that you heard that a white girl was going around saying that he gave her herpes?
Oh, okay. That gets scary because whoa, I never like did anything else with
His
it,
ass
but
sound
like
like
I
a
didn't even.
bitch.
Yeah, more of the story.
What the fuck?
The girl was like,
He watching the whole
yeah, we
time
gave her
too.
a spring break
We
in
know he
Miami,
watching.
but my
She
homeboy
just
he
said turn
tripping.
down
He
the
said some
stream.
other shit. He said
Okay,
This
good.
nigga
white
just
bitch
joined the
hurt.
call
So I was
capping.
like, but he said
His
you
ass
tell
sound
me
like a
live stream
bitch.
that. So I'm like, whoa, wait.
Yeah, well,
That's not true. But
well, thanks for helping me out, love.
he could. But yeah, handle that.
All right.
There you go.
So yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna ask another. Again, you know, I know you also probably have the OnlyFans community who are probably tuned in for this. So I don't want him to think that I'm like,
knew he was
you know,
calling?
trying to ask questions to fuck you
He
up. But I wanna
he
ask
called her
questions
to
that,
my
you know,
some. Oh, I
that
didn't know you was on
you're
the
not gonna see
stream.
responses to this on Twitter.
He's watching
that
the
you can just
stream.
address it here. Some people are gonna be like, okay, why go to the internet rather than go to the cops? Like, because, you know, obviously, if you are infected with something and you're intentionally spreading it and you're not disclosing it to people, that could be a crime, right? And you mentioned other people are thinking about pressing charges. Why didn't you choose that route?
Okay, so I had people in my ear scaring me, telling me that it's not gonna work. You're not gonna be able to charge him. And I'm not worried about having this be a civil case. I don't want his money. I couldn't care less how much money he made off of me or any other girls. I want this man registered as a
It's
sex
my
offender.
fuck that he got it
I
too.
want this man in jail. What he's done to multiple women, allegedly, and what he's done definitely to me, um,
Third leg running back
deserves
to
to be in
Nigeria with
jail.
all that money.
And I honestly have seen the justice system fail people time and time again. It's like this case with the guy that got prosecuted and murdered for a murder he didn't even commit. I know that there was a large risk that I didn't have enough. All I
If he
had was
stayed
the
with her,
videos of
she
his
wouldn't have said a
outbreaks.
thing.
All I had was the negative
Crazy
result on
word.
March 1st. But as far as the other stuff, I wasn't sure that I would win. But
Did you talk
I
to
knew.
the police though, or at least try to
No,
contact them?
no.
Are you thinking about doing that or no?
Yes, for sure. For sure. Especially after this live stream. Especially after this one.
What do you think he was gonna say tonight? Because, you know,
What the
obviously
fuck?
this was the first time he was gonna speak. Do you think did you, in any part of your mind, did you think he was gonna admit it, maybe issue an apology, or do you think he was gonna kind of like gaslight and just be like, "Yo, he a victim, not my victim"? You thought it was gonna do that?
Well, that was even, I'm not gonna lie, he surprised the freak out of me. I'm not going to hold you. As far as saying that he has HSV1 but not HSV2, oh, you are creative. What else? Him saying that I'm not his victim rubs me a bit weird. I didn't expect him to really name drop or really address me at all. I thought he was going to address the things like the rape allegations that are pinned against him, the allegations of him faking his test results, all that other stuff. I didn't think that he was actually going to talk about me because he knows what he did. But
Do you think he ruined your
True.
life?
no. As far as ruined it, he did drastically change my life. He did cause a lot of trauma, a lot of emotional instability, and a lot of things going on. But I personally don't feel like anybody's life can be ruined from having herpes.
Well,
Herpes is definitely lifelong.
I only asked that because I watched the videos of you being so emotional and crying, and I watched your vlog, and I was just like, you know, again, I feel like there's maybe other women who are.
Well, she started a
For whatever they're
YouTube.
thinking about their career, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna be quiet." And for you, just
Acting?
emotionally, you could.
think
be
she
quiet
acting,
because
twin?
You felt it was
She started a
affecting you
YouTube?
just mentally and maybe even physically as well. That you felt you had to speak out. So I was wondering where you were.
It definitely affected me drastically. It has changed my life. I won't say he ruined my life, primarily because it has taught
doing
me to
this
be
for the
more
fame?
healthy. It's taught me to establish more boundaries.
Yeah,
in
her
my
ass
life.
on YB
It
DM.
has taught me to be more safe. It has made me get more educated on several different STDs. And I honestly believe that whenever you contract a virus like this or any virus, you can literally free yourself from burdens, mental burdens, physical burdens by just having optimism. And I feel like now that I have optimism, I don't feel like he ruined my life. Did I feel like he ruined my life whenever it first happened? Yes.
Is this the first?
Now,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
this
No, I was gonna ask. Was this the first STD you've ever contracted?
No.
Okay.
Her
But
got
the
hands
first
too, so she
incurable.
gonna put hands on YB.
Yes.
Okay. What did you think about him saying that he quits? He says after his tests come back, he's putting his jersey into the rafters,
Yes,
and he's quitting.
Perry's,
the
is you a
porn,
girl?
Or OnlyFans game? And he says he might even delete his channel. So, I'm guessing he has videos with you and him. He might delete those. I don't know if that'll give you some type of mental peace.
I'm about to
So,
say you
y'all
talking about
don't
some
think it's
other
a little,
shit.
suspicious? Not fishy at all. This man his career was completely fine before these allegations came out, and then now that
He
things are
says he
out
want to
about
focus
him,
on promoting a
has to
condom.
quit.
He says he want to focus
Well,
on promoting a condom.
I thought it was a joke when he told me he was promoting a crypto NFT
I
with
definitely
condoms.
did
That's the
forget, too.
craziest thing. That means and look, I'm not fucking trying to, but that's crazy. Like NFT fucking for condom promotion is crazy.
Yo, Aiden, stop playing.
Why are you not like, bro? That's crazy, bro.
Shaking my
Now
head.
you
That's
want
what
to use
family money
condoms?
do.
Now you want to promote condoms, babe? Hey.
But look, one thing I do think that's a bit sus on Gucci's end, because I haven't made a decision yet. Like, I think like you're coming in here with the facts. I would have loved to have seen you guys on the same panel together. Tomorrow he wants to do.
Love to do it too.
Tomorrow he's going to show the results live on stream with me and Ak. I hope that you come and do that tomorrow. I just don't really. I don't know, Ak. What are you thinking?
Listen, this is what I believe, right? I believe that Gucci might have it, but he's in denial that he gave it to her. Right? So, in a way to cope, it's like saying, hey, if I got it, and he probably, one thing, and that's why when I was asking him questions,
shit.
he wasn't that clear on, even though he said, oh, we get tested every 2 weeks, but then he said, well, I had outdated tests. So he probably didn't know when he contracted it. And I think it's probably a better coping mechanism to be like, well, if you have it, you gave it to me, rather than you've been having it but neglecting your health, so you've been giving it to people, right? And I think the timing of the oh, I quit or I'm retiring, like, come on, bro. This nigga think he's like LeBron, like, you know what I mean? But hey, you know what I mean? I don't think this would have happened if you didn't speak out. And one thing I've realized about the OnlyFans like game is like, it seems more of a hustle more than a profession, because it feels like people are in it for the quick buck, as opposed to realizing that, hey, this is supposed to be a community like the porn community is, at least LA porn community, where like, hey, if half of these chicks, and again, I don't hate OnlyFans models at all, really. It's just that half of these chicks are fucking random rappers and athletes who are fucking everybody, right? It's kind of unsafe. So like something like this is bound to happen. I think you're gonna be the poster child, and he's gonna be the poster child for people to realize that, yeah, for the quick buck you made, you might, like, again, you're 20 years old and you've contracted something that you can never get rid of. You're gonna have to be coping with it, right? And it's put like a microscope on that. It's put a microscope on that industry that hopefully there's some changes that happen. If you ask me.
And that was literally the intention. I didn't want to hear another person come out and say, yeah, I got herpes from Gucci3rdLeg. I got herpes from a porn collab. I feel like just because it is so prevalent in the population does not mean that a porn star should have herpes and not disclose to their partner or their collaboration that they don't have it. Respectfully, I feel like morally, if you have come in contact with any kind of disease, disclosing is the most important thing to do. Let that person know that there is a risk of you contracting something with having sex. But a lot of people aren't comfortable. A lot of people aren't ready for rejection. A lot of people aren't, because I know women and models that have contracted HSV in the porn industry.
They saying
that
he
it
got
wasn't
it
from
already?
Gucci. It was from whenever they first started 6 years ago, 10 years ago. And they just don't know who it was because they might have had a full group scene or they fucked a couple people that day.
I want to ask you a question. for someone that wants to know if they have HSV2 or not, what's the correct way of doing it and also proving to the world that they don't have it?
So honestly,
Niggas
it's
trolling
none of
this
the
shit? Oh,
world's
bro.
business. First off, it's none of anybody's business other than the person that you are going to be having sex with. Just to make that clear. But as far as figuring out if you have HSV or herpes in general, honestly, everybody has the gene. Everybody has it in their system. It's just whether or not it's activated. As you can see, whenever I showed my result, there was a number on that green box that I had. It said less than 0.9. That means yes, it's in my system. No, it's not active. No, I cannot give it to anybody. No, I will not receive an outbreak. If you have HSV 1 or 2 and you're not experiencing symptoms, honestly, healthcare providers do not suggest that you go get tested because you could scare yourself. You could scare yourself into thinking that you have something and that you're going to have to deal with something lifelong that will probably never come up and never be contagious ever in your life. As far as getting
Oh,
tested,
bro, I got
I feel like you should
0%.
get tested if you have symptoms. If you have something like an outbreak, if you have discomfort, if you have itchiness, if there are symptoms, go get tested. But if not, I mean, herpes is literally something that isn't life-threatening for real.
So it's overrated, basically.
Of course, the stigma is way too high. People think that you're dirty just because you have herpes. I literally know somebody personally that caught herpes their first body. The first time they ever had sex was the first time they ever contributed, whatever the fuck. I don't know how to say that.
Contracted.
There it is. I do know how to say
Yeah,
that, but
trying
it
to
just
look
didn't come
like-
out.
look a little smart.
Contracted it without having multiple sex partners. It was the first time they were deceived. Things like this is sexual assault. It's sexual violence. It's
If you
real.
do decide to keep doing your OnlyFans and keep having sex on OnlyFans, I'm obviously they're gonna know, but I'm saying, are you gonna be using protection now? Are you not gonna be using protection? What does your future content look like?
So my future content is really gonna kind of be solo content. I haven't necessarily been into the whole collaboration. If I do post a porno or anything like that, it's going to be like a romantic partner, somebody that I'm actually involved with. Again, after I caught HSV, I started to respect myself more, if I'm being completely honest. I stopped having just random ass
I guess
sex
no more videos
as
from
often
Gucci.
as I would before.
Hey, by the way, is that? I don't mean to cut you, but is that also like maybe, you know, for the young girls who are watching you? You said after you caught this STD doing OnlyFans, you started to respect yourself a bit more. Do you think that that's part of, you know, because again, this whole collab thing, and really what I think is that I think if Homie got it, he probably was collabing with smaller creators, knowing that maybe I don't have the leverage of saying certain shit or asking him for certain shit, and y'all are just thinking about the collab opportunity, right? So like, yo, that gotta be a bold move to know you got a big ass bump on your shit and be like, yo, we still doing this shit and we filming it in 4K, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of predators go for people that don't have a lot of knowledge, don't have a lot of experience, and go for people that won't
she's trying to
necessarily
call him a
catch on.
predator?
That's-
Danae, Rob Suno, they say that you had a previous relationship with, I don't know what that is right now. Were you guys having, I don't want to get involved in your guys' private life, but is that somebody that, you know, did you know at the time that you had HSV2 when you were with that person?
He knows that I have HSV, but I don't feel like it's anybody's business whether or not I had sex with him or not.
True. Fair enough. Yeah, it's your guys' own relationship. I agree. But he knew it was
does
weird.
know that I have it.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I've met in person, even if we didn't have a sexual relationship or not, know that I have HSV too. That's not a secret.
Hey, by the way, so you know, again, Gucci3rdLeg. Yeah, the name is so crazy. So Gucci3rdLeg says he's gonna present his results.
freakiest
on
year in
stream
human history.
tomorrow. If he is indeed
bro.
negative,
What the fuck?
will you give him an apology? And also, by the way, he says he is flirting with the idea of pursuing legal action because you essentially have labeled him as someone that has an STD that's passed it out. You know, I don't know if that's what's nudging him to retire,
Ariana,
but
you be
he's
watching
saying
him.
he's contemplating, once his results is in, pursuing some legal action about how you've spoken about him.
I mean, that's fine. If he wants to take legal action, I'm not. Does it look like my hand is shaking? I'm not at all scared of that. He can do whatever he needs to do to prove his case. I'm I won't apologize because I came face to face with exactly what infected me. I'm not. I even if he does come up here with fake results or real results, another thing that I will tell everybody is that if he was on medication for long enough, he could become undetectable after being on medication for a specific amount of time. So I just want everybody to keep that
Hot
in
boy and
mind.
lava.
But
Wait, so you're saying that if he
Bro,
were
what
to
the
actually
fuck?
have HSV2, but he was on medication, it won't show up in a blood test.
if he was on medication for a prolonged period of time and he was undergoing treatment to make sure it's undetectable, yes, he could come up with a negative result.
Having that type of content in your feed is the same. You having
That
liking
happens.
posts
It's
and
the same
following?
with
Yeah.
HIV.
Yeah,
You could be
Ariane.
diagnosed with
You
HIV.
follow him,
And then
Ariane.
2 years later, it's undetectable.
And how do you do that?
Medication, treatment.
Medication. Gotcha.
Hey, by the way, does it make, because once all of this happened, and I'm wondering how you feel as a person. Like I really want to know like your reaction to.
I ain't gonna lie. That's enough of that.